Well, good day, wherever in Canada you happen to be, and welcome to our presentation today. We're just going to do a really quick overview of Health Canada's Natural and Non-Prescription Health Products Directorate, otherwise known as the NNHPD. By the end of this webinar, we're going to provide you with some understanding of the big picture so that you can focus on the small details and go through the steps and the processes that you need to get your product from maker to market. So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to our time together. So the Natural and Non-Prescription Health Products Directorate, otherwise known as the NNHPD, is the federal regulating authority for natural health products as well as for non-prescription drugs. The three main processes to be undertaken by an NNHPD applicant are the NNHPD Trading Partner Package submission, which we will be covering and going through in detail in the Kickstart course, where we will actually go step by step in business development, business strategy, business planning, get into registering your business, getting licensed with the federal government, getting your CRA number, your business number, and then moving into completing and compiling the documentation for the NNHPD Trading Partner submission package, and then getting that sent off. And in our last week of the program, we will be waiting for our company codes to be issued by Health Canada so that we can move forward in our licensing journey. So it is the first step. The second step is your site license application. And this is actually a multi-step process, because as part of the site license application, you need to complete a good manufacturing practice manual. You need to complete a standard operating procedure manual. You need to complete a quality assurance report. You need to complete a testing outline. So how do you test your products? What type of preservatives do you use in them? How do you test them? How long do they stay good for, et cetera, et cetera. And then finally compiling that package to send off to Health Canada. Again, the second step is the most labor and documentation intensive, because that good manufacturing practices and that standard operating procedure, both of those are quite extensive packages that we need to put together that outline all of the processes and practices of our business. So we do have courses at CMCCE to walk you through individually doing your good manufacturing practices, as well as doing your standard operating procedures, so that those two really large parts of your site license application, you can actually get a walkthrough and get coaching on and help on. And the support that you need to go through that. If you're not familiar with it, it is quite an undertaking. It's something that I've done both for gas and oil purposes in my previous career, as well as for myself and clients currently for licensing and regulatory applications with Health Canada. Your last process that you should be aware of and kind of get comfortable with is the product license application, otherwise known as the EPLA. It is the last step in the maker to market process. And it is an online application now, which is where the E comes from. It used to be a paper application that was quite labor intensive, time intensive to sit down and go through. But now the NNHPD has set it up as an electronic application. It's very simple. It references their existing monographs, so you're never going to be putting incorrect information in there. It's got its checks and balances in place, verified information on the monographs. And when you're getting ready to do a product license application, some of the reference requirements that you're going to want to have right next to you as you're going through it are your specific product information, your product formula in percentages by weight on each raw material that you're going to be using. You're going to want your common name as well as your INCI name as well as your botanical name, because within that NHPID, their ingredient database, you can find different things with different names when you're searching. It's kind of an interesting system. Sometimes it's really simple and sometimes it's really not. Bay Laurel is a great example. Bay Laurel essential oil, searching for that is something else. But it is in there. You just have to kind of root around and find it, get comfortable in that ingredient database. The next piece of information that you're going to need, they may request the MSDS on certain raw ingredients. So if you do receive that from your supplier, make sure you hang on to it, scan a copy, save it on your computer. They're going to require your product format. So is it a gel? Is it a lotion? Is it a solid? Et cetera, et cetera. Bear with me one second. Dry throat when you're talking a lot. Okay, moving on. So we're going to look for product format. Then we're going to talk about product dosage. So how much do you use? How often do you use it? Any product safety information that needs to be attached. They do have a recommendation on safety clauses to put on your labeling. And then of course your usage and contraindications of the product itself. Now all of this combined in the EPLA basically populates for you a fantastic label through Health Canada that generally I create a PDF copy of it, and then I can just copy it and put it into my labeling program. And there we go, bing, bang, we're done our label. So CMCC also has multiple courses that can walk you through individual types of product license applications. Some of them are very straightforward. Some of them are not very straightforward. My biggest recommendation is get comfortable in that ingredient database and get comfortable with the individual ingredient monographs as well as the product monographs. Whew, I said it was going to be quick. Sorry, guys. So I want to cover a lot of information. You guys will get a copy of this handout after our webinar, and we'll have access to it to reference back to. And any questions, just shout them out to me. Happy to always be there and answer and support you guys. So there are two streams of applications within the NNHPD. And according to the NNHPD, there is a big distinction between natural health products and non-prescription drugs. And so those are the two streams. Natural health products are naturally occurring substances, otherwise known as botanicals, that are used to restore or maintain good health. So they're made often from plants, but they can also be made from animals, microorganisms, and marine sources. Those require separate forms. If you're using any animal source, any microorganism source, or any marine source, you will have to complete a separate form for that within your EPLA. So they come in a wide variety of forms, such as tablets, capsules, tinctures, solutions, creams, ointments, and drops. And under the Natural Health Products Regulation, natural health products are defined as vitamins and minerals, herbal remedies, homeopathic medicines, traditional medicines, such as traditional Chinese medicine, probiotics, and other products such as amino acids and essential fatty acids. The non-prescription drugs we're really not going to get into. It is here for you to reference back to. That being said, the one thing that I will mention on it, disinfectants, hard surface disinfectants. I know we have a lot of natural cleansers. It is a completely separate application. It does not fall within the NHP. It is a separate division called the PMRA, and that is something for a different webinar and a different discussion. It is a lengthy drawn out process. There is an application fee, whereas with natural health products, there is not. And there's just a whole lot of information to cover if you're looking to make a natural disinfectant. But again, separate webinar, different talk for a different time. So we're going to move on then. There are 3 classes of applications. Each application belongs within one specific class based on the parameters of the monographs that you're using. So class 1 applications are those that comply with all the parameters drawn out in a single monograph. So there is no using multiple monographs. There is no changing any wording. It is one monograph, exact wording, identical to what Health Canada is drawing out for you. That is a class 1 application. Class 2 application are general and traditional applications. They're supported by a combination of 2 or more monographs, as well as the following scenarios. So if an application is supported entirely by a single monograph with a deviation to 1 or more of the monograph statements, then it's a class 2. If an application is supported entirely by a combination of monographs with a deviation to 1 or more monograph statement, again, falls under class 2. Products that are supported entirely by a combination of monographs with the addition of common fruits. So if you're using fruit extracts, if you're using them for colorants, if you're using them to get your antioxidants into your products, that falls within class 2. Again, but it's a different type of application within class 2 because of that addition of the botanical fruit and vegetables listed within the Canadian nutrient file. So it has to be fruit and vegetables listed within that file, and it does fall within class 2. Class 3 applications are comprised of general and traditional and homeopathic applications. These ones require a full assessment. They're not covered in Class 1 or Class 2. They include products with a novel preparation, so one that is not typical, or dosage or delivery system. So again, things that don't fall within the typical monographs and would have to be assessed individually. So applications referencing a master file to support safety, efficacy, or quality. So a master file is a file that a manufacturer supplies to Health Canada directly instead of to you. So if your supplier has a proprietary blend of essential oil and they don't want to give away their ingredients, they supply Health Canada with their proprietary information and their blend information, and then they supply you with an NHP-MF number, and your application then would reference that MF number. So those ones fall within Class 3. Products with ingredients that have combination issues. So things like stimulant laxatives when they're combined with diuretics, or weight management ingredients and diuretics again, or hormonal effect products combined with sedatives. Those combinations are reviewed by a case-by-case basis. Again, individual assessment. So anytime Health Canada needs to do an individual assessment on a product, it falls within Class 3. Homeopathic applications with specific claims fall within Class 3. They are not accepted in Class 2. Previous versions of Health Canada's processes saw homeopathic applications as part of Class 2, but it no longer is. It has to be Class 3. So I just wanted to spend a few minutes going over this all with you guys. Thank you very much for spending your time with us today and exploring this broad overview of the NNHPD processes. If you are ready to make your first maker to market step, check out our Kickstart program. It's this fantastic course. We're going to walk you through business setup and development. We're going to support you while you prepare and submit all of your documentation for the trading partner package. We're going to be with you when you receive your company code and explain to you how to use it, when to use it, why to use it. And we're going to break down the steps and the processes required to legally market and sell your products in retail locations across Canada. It is a fantastic program. Really excited about it. So here's some information about it. We're launching it August 17th. So there is beta pricing until the end of August. September 1st, that price does go up. It is all based on natural products and natural products business. It is on demand. So all of your course content, all of your worksheets, all of your reference material, there's a lot of infographics in there for you guys to hang on to for reference when you're going through these processes alone. Those are all available for you guys to download. There will be several videos. Again, you guys will be able to access them on demand. And then there will be some live videos for Q&As that I will schedule every time it's kind of running with multiple people in it. And when it's not, I will have those videos available for you guys on demand, because if you have the question, it's very likely another student will have the question as well. And I want to make sure all your questions are addressed and answered to the best of my ability. So it's a perfect course for Canadian makers who want to make that transition from maker to the retail market. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. And likewise, down here at the bottom of the sheet is the URL for the course. You guys can go there, check it out. If you have questions, you can email me directly there. You can also find me all over on social media. It's at NatHealthReg. And that would be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those places you can reach me, or via my website, which is www.nathealthregulatory.ca. So thank you guys so much for joining me. It's been great sharing this time together, and I look forward to our learning journey continuing. Talk with you all soon.